Alright, so pornography, what's the problem with it? So, essentially, right off the bat, we need to understand something from the side of science. So, the Coolidge effect states that when a male animal, a rat is used in the example, is in a cage with a receptive female of the same species, and they will mate, but once complete, the male loses interest. However, when additional females are placed in the cage, he'll continue to mate. This is true across the animal kingdom. And so the problem in today's modern culture is that there are so many options, and pornography allows your brain, your lower brain, into believing that he can continuously mate across a wide variety of, with a wide variety of females. So pornography draws its power from the way it tricks the brain. The lower part of your brain can't tell the difference between image and reality. As a result, the Coolidge effect takes place, and the man continues to repeat his search into new naked models, videos, etc. Because you're not satisfied with that first video. You must find something else new about that person, or some new photos, whatever, and you take a deep dive. So why is it addicting? At the end of the day, it's due to the release of dopamine. That's the drug that keeps us going. When we do something good, positive, beneficial for our body, sex, is beneficial with the right person. We then repeat that behavior to continue success for that specific thing. So, dopamine's released when you eat food, any activity that's beneficial. A lot of chemicals released when you are working out. Dopamine included. But there isn't such a huge issue with, dopamine now. Dopamine in comparison to back before the days of the internet. Now you can get any type of hit from any online interaction. Prior, before the invention of the internet, when a man saw a woman he liked, he'd receive this rush of energy. He's like, I gotta get to know her. Gotta figure out what makes her work. And he'd go pursue her. He'd go talk to her, go figure out what makes her tick, what does she like. Talking about all of this reminds me of the movie, Braveheart. If you've never seen it with Mel Gibson, go watch it. It is good. In the beginning of the film, you have, that brief glimpse into his, childhood briefly, and then, he meets Marion. She gives him a thistle during the funeral, after the funeral. And so, from that moment, he was smitten. And so after his travels, he returns to Scotland, and he realizes that, she's available, and, quite beautiful. And so he pursues her fully, with, this passion that's palpable, from across, the movie screen, like you feel it. So he pursues her. And that pursuit ultimately led to them getting married, which that period of history, the English were trying to root out the Scots, and so the lord of the land would have first rights to the wife at the wedding night. So they married in secret. But that didn't stop. One geezer who tried to get his hands on her, ultimately, she assaulted the guard, and he died. She died. He died later, but she died as a result. And then Wallace unleashed his rage upon that outpost, that settlement, where the English had a minor presence. And you could say that started it or whatever. Hollywood depicts different things. That's my dog. No, go away. So pornography essentially castrates you in a way. It reduces your capacity to be a man. And I think Mel Gibson depicted that in his movie, what it looks like to be a man and to pursue the one you love. She loved him too, so it works. It's important to not be turned back by impossibilities, rejection, and to keep, moving forward and to keep, pursuing or going after an objective or going after a woman. But I think pornography basically destroys the dopamine receptors of your brain. They become destroyed, and so you return back to more extreme uses of porn in order to replicate your first high. It's like any type of drug. And so you end up losing yourself in each chase for meaningless moments. You've castrated yourself. You're not interested in pursuing women in real life or obtaining anything above. So true rewards in life all come from a virtuous cycle, and the false rewards in life come at the price of vicious cycles. And so you first, start looking at pornography or, whatever, and then it's brief at first, but you continue down it because a vicious cycle is like you being at the top of the hill, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're rolling down the hill. It was easy, and then you wake up one day and you're like, how did I get here at the bottom of this hill? The hill, that I tried so hard to climb up. But it can be anything. It doesn't have to be pornography. It can be drugs, it can be alcohol, being addicted to video games, or anything which produces negative rewards. It's easy to fall into this trap of a little bit. It's not really hurting me, is it? It takes willpower to reject it. It takes willpower to move past a certain addiction, or move past that, okay, this is not helpful for me right now in this moment. And it's hard when you're addicted. It's hard to say no because you want that high, you need that high. Your brain is wired in a way that it gets its dose of dopamine from partaking in a particular thing. So willpower is a wonderful thing. We'll talk about it in a different video that's eventually going to come. But, it's important to understand life from your worldview, your point of view. As a Christian, you have the commandments as don't do this, don't kill, steal, etc. But, despite having those guidelines, those rules of what to do, what not to do as a Christian, it's important to take the time to understand yourself, take time to reflect on your actions, understand the motives behind them, and taking time to unplug from distractors. And so it's important. You'll never understand yourself if you never take the time to reflect on why you do what you do.